Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me Krishika Gupta and today I have brought a topic that we all think is a very hard, but in reality it's a lot easier. Let's look at it. So for learning tenses, we have to just learn the structure and some uses of them. That's it. Let's look. So the verb form that indicate the time and state of action. They are known as tenses. Now, tenses are divided into three categories: past, present, and future. Now, each of them have four subgroups: simple, progressive or continuous, perfect, and perfect progressive or continuous. Let's see about them one by one. First is our simple present. As the name suggests, it is a simple tense. Its structure is subject plus V1 plus object. This tense is used to say what someone usually does. For example, I always study English on Tuesday. So it's a daily routine work, a work we usually do, facts, they all are used as simple. These are the uses, like to express general or universal truths, to tell about a daily habit, to introduce quotations with the verb say, in newspaper headlines reporting recent events. For example, we take I always walk to school. So it's a general thing. I always walk to school. It's a daily habit. The earth moves round the sun. This is a universal truth. It can't be changed. Shakespeare says, all the world a stitch. Now here we have introduced quotations with the verb say. So we use here simple present. Pakistan loses 1-3 to India in hockey finals. So this is a newspaper headline. So here we have used simple present. Next, present continuous tense. So its structure is subject plus is MR plus V1 in the ing form plus object. So present continuous tells us what someone is doing now. The action is continuing in the present. For example, I'm studying English now. So here, I'm doing it right now. That's why we have used a present continuous tense. It is used to express an activity in progress, but not necessarily at the time of speaking. Like the government is renovating the old fort. The action is in progress, but it is not necessary that as I'm speaking, it is the government is renovating. That doesn't mean that it is renovating now also. This action is in progress, but not now. To express a definite plan for near future. I'm going to Kolkata next Friday. So this is a definite plan. This is future, but a definite plan that we have already planned. We know that we are going to do this. To express some undesirable habit. He's always complaining about his result. This is an undesirable habit that he's always complaining. That's why we use here present continuous tense. Next is present perfect tense. Its structure is subject plus has and have plus past participle. Past participle is the V3 form of verb plus object. It is used to show unfinished time. Means the action could have started in the past and it has not finished yet. For example, I have studied English twice this week. So here we have used present perfect tense. Here the action is finished, but the effects of it are still with us. That's why here we use present perfect tense. It is used to express a recently completed action, often with just. I've just finished cooking. So just, I've just finished it. अभी अभी हुआ है. That's why we used here present perfect tense. To express past actions when the time is not given or not definite. I have read this novel, but I don't remember the story. So this is a past action, but we don't remember that what was the time that when we were doing this action. To express past action or events, the results of which still persist. He has had a good fortune. Perhaps he has become rich, like results of which still persist. So its result can still be there. Next is present perfect continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus has and have plus been plus verb in the ing form plus since or for plus time. It is used to say how long someone has been doing something. So the action would have started in the past and it has ended, but it is showing the continuity of the action, how long it continued. It is used to express an action which began sometime in the past and still continue. Example, the children have been playing cricket for the last 2 hours. We don't know if they have stopped playing or not, but it is showing the continuity of them playing. To express an action which is already finished, but whose effort or result still persists. Like the boys are resting now because they have been running around the town all day. So the running work is done, but its result still is there that the boys are a lot tired and they're resting now. Now next we'll talk about past tense. First is simple past. Structure is subject plus V2 plus object. This tense tells us a completed action. It's a simple past tense, simply about the past. Example used when the past time of a completed action is given. Like she joined this school in 1999. When did you go to Kerala? Here we use simple past. When the past time is asked for, as I told, when did you go to Kerala? For repeating events in the past. As a child, he often sang songs by the roadside to earn a living. For a past habit, she always cried when her mother used to leave for work. This was a past habit of her. The next is past continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus was or were plus verb in the ing form plus object. It is often used to describe what was happening when something else happened. Like an action was continuing the past, but some action stopped it. For example, I was eating breakfast at 8 o'clock. So here we used past continuous, that I was eating. Sometime it was continuing. To express an action that was in progress at some time in the past, it is also used to express two or more actions in progress at the same time. For example, while mother was cooking, we were doing our homework. So these two actions are running at the same time. While mother was cooking, but we were doing our homework. to express an often repeated undesirable action in the past with a word like always or continually. She was always creating trouble for her younger brother. This was a repeating action of her. This was also undesirable in the past. Next is past perfect tense. Its structure is subject plus had plus past participle, third form of the verb. It is the past of have done. We have learned about present perfect, have done. So this is the past perfect, had done. It is used to say when something is done by, like action started in the past, ended in the past. It is used to express an action completed before a certain moment in the past. Example, at 5 p.m. the match ended. To express unfulfilled desires of the past, I wish I had worked harder on my exams, but I did not. So this was unfulfilled desires. To express an action in the past which was completed before another action also in the past. We had completed our homework before leaving for grandma's house. So this was an action that we completed our homework which was completed before another action before leaving for grandma's house. Next is past perfect continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus had been plus verb in the ing form plus since for plus time. It is the past of have been. We have learned about present perfect continuous. This is the past of it. It is used to show for how long something was done by a certain time. So the action started in the past, ended in the past, and this is showing the continuity of the action for how long it continued at a certain time. It is used to express an action that began before a certain time in the past and continued up to that time or stopped just before it. For example, the injured man had been crying for help for 1 hour when a passerby stopped. So here it was continuing. He had been crying, but he stopped when a passerby stopped. He had tried to express a repeated action in the past perfect as a continuous action. He had tried to meet the chief minister many times during the open meet. He had been trying to meet the CM. So here we should use the past perfect continuous, but instead of that we use a past perfect tense. This is because it is a repeated action. Next is simple future. It tells simply about the future. Its structure is subject plus will or shall plus first form of the verb plus object. It is used to describe an action that would happen in the future. Used to express an action or event that is yet to take place with or without a time expression. For example, tomorrow I shall go to Bangalore to attend a conference. So this has not happened yet, but this will happen in the future. To express the speaker's opinion or assumption about future. I think he will reach the venue of the meeting well before time. So the speaker is assuming it about the future. To talk about facts in the future and to talk about plans that will not change, particularly when these concern a journey. We leave Mumbai early to reach Delhi by 8 so that we do not miss the awards ceremony. Next is future continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus will be or shall be plus verb in the ing form plus object. It is used to express an action that will continue for some time in the future. So we don't know when it started, we don't know when it ended. It will continue for some time in the future. We know that. It is used to express an action which will occur in normal course of the future time. For example, I will be visiting the ghats tomorrow. To express an action that will be in progress at a given time in future. At this time tomorrow, we will be listening to the PM's address at the UN General Assembly. So a given time is there at this time tomorrow. What will be happening? We will be listening to the PM's address. In the negative, the future continuous tense merely states a certain action will not take place. He will not be coming to the celebrations tonight because he's going out. It is not a refusal, but he will not be able to come. Future perfect tense. Its structure is subject plus will have or shall have plus past participle, which is the third form of the verb, plus object. It is used to say that something will already be completed by a certain time in future. So a time will be given and it will be saying that by this time I will have completed this work. It is used to express an action which is expected to be completed by a certain time in the future. For example, by the end of this year, he will have completed graduation. To express the speaker's belief that something has already happened by the present time. Most people will have seen pictures of the boat tragedy on television. To express situations of the present that will last till the future. The school celebrates its silver jubilee next month. It will have been established for 25 years. So it is the situation of the present and this will last till the future. Our last is future perfect continuous tense. Its structure is subject plus will have been or shall have been plus verb in the ing form plus since for plus time. It is used to say how long something will have been happening in the future by a certain time. So it is telling about action started in the future. We don't know if it ended or not. And it is showing the continuity. How long it will have been happening. It is used to express an action as being in progress over a period of time that will end in future. For example, by next December, we shall have been living in this town for a decade. This tense combines the meaning of completion and continuity. Although the duration of time will be complete, the action will be still in progress. So this shows both completion and continuity. Although the duration of time will be complete, like by next December, we shall have been living in this town for a decade, but the action will still be in progress. We will have been living, we will have been living, we'll still be living there. I hope you understood the concepts and liked the video. Subscribe my channel for more such videos and also don't forget to press the thumbs up icon. Thanks for watching.